some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah, hope I get away with it. Oh, the doo-dah day.
Hey, hello.
Howdy.
Hiya, everybody.
Oh,
Good evening, and welcome to Stupid O'Clock. I'm your
We've
co-host,
got
John.
absolutely nothing to say, and we're going to prove that over the next 90 minutes.
yeah. Of course, I had something weird happen today.
And this is different how?
We had Jehovah Witnesses knock on the front door.
Okay, you win.
And, you know, I felt generous. I invited them in, sat them on the couch, says, y'all want some tea, hot tea or coffee or whatever? And the guy wanted, said, hot tea sounds good. I said, okay. So I said, sit here, be right back. Takes about a minute and a half. I'm going to make some off the coffee maker thing, the Keurig.
Yeah.
So I got me a cup, brought him a cup of hot tea, came back, handed it to him. He sat there, he took a sip. I says, so what do you want to talk about? And he goes, I don't know. I've never made it this far.
Nice.
Your next question should have been, well, can I tell you about Jesus? And then just freeform making up shit is whatever you want, because they've never made it that far.
No. Now I did work with some Jehovah Witnesses. And I asked one time, he said, I told him, I said, I want to ask you about your belief. He goes, okay. And I said, now you believe only 144,000 are going into heaven, right? He goes, yeah. And there was over 1.5 million Jehovah Witnesses worldwide. And he goes, oh yeah. Actually, we're approaching 2 million. I said, okay. I think I like the Christian side a little better. Believe in Jesus and you're in. I don't like your odds.
Actually,
Really?
I have a brilliant idea.
What?
We pair them off and do it like Friday Night Fight, or what was the one? Celebrity Death Match. We do it like that. And the last 144 standing, that's it. Yeah.
John, please don't repeat that in front of anybody who has connections to Hollywood, because it'll be a new game show. And you will not get paid.
No, you won't. You damn sure won't. I got proof of that. Pitched a reality show to this guy. He was a one of these Hollywood producer types shooting a documentary at Riverbend one year. I said, it's real simple. You look at it's a Discovery Channel thing called 14 Days in Hell. You can shoot it in 14 days, and you just get average citizen, people off the street. And what it is the Navy SEAL acceptance course. And you have 100 people. Whoever makes it to
Wait
the
a minute.
end.
They've got a show like that.
Yeah.
That's Joe Dog's point. He came up with the idea. They stole it from him, and he didn't get paid.
Yeah, called The Challenge.
You know what would be better?
What?
Surviving a trailer park for about 20 years.
Yeah. No, but the way I pitched it, I said, you condense one day into an hour-long episode. You got 14 episodes filmed in 2 weeks. And it's a brilliant idea, but they narrowed it down to like there were only going to be 20 that do it, and you could quit at any time. Like the acceptance course. All you got to do if you want to quit, you go ring that bell. You ring the bell, you're done. Whole time as you're walking to the thing, they're telling you, ring that bell. You sorry sack of shit. You can't do this. Ring the bell.
Let him work for my dad on the farm for 2 weeks. That's an elimination contest right there.
Well, one of the things was they had to move this equipment that I remember, and they gave them, one of those trailers you haul behind a Jeep, but it only had one wheel.
Challenge accepted. I know geometry. I can do that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there was no Jeep to pull it.
Well, I couldn't do it by myself, but, with...
Well, you had like 10, 20 people in your group, and you had to figure out how to get this trailer 3 kilometers down the road with one wheel.
Leverage is your friend. All you got to do is agree to tow on that one wheel and balance everything so you don't need more than one, which means you got to have stuff hanging off to one side to counterbalance everything that's in the trailer.
Or you have 4 guys on 2 poles lifting it up, walking down the road.
That's the hard way. I don't do shit the hard way.
Well,
I'm lazy. I figure out brain power how to do it with as few people as possible.
Well, it's just basically your sleeping bags and backpacks.
Sleeping bag.
Or,
Maybe we'll start use sleeping bags.
Oh.
And then I remembered one of them. They found this guy. He was sort of set in the sniper prone position. And he fell asleep. That's never a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Falling asleep in any situation is not a good thing to do in a group. You can wake up with all kinds of things magic markered on your face.
No, he didn't wake up with stuff markered on the face, but there was a 45 going off around him.
I'm sorry, that wouldn't have woken me up. I live in Georgia. That's normal.
Yeah.
My wife will go, "Did you hear those gunshots?" And I go, "Yeah." Two of them were a shotgun, but the other one was a 30-06. It's either the neighbor on the pipeline target practicing or somebody's hunting deer illegally out of season.
Yeah. Well, when they found this guy, Dan, you couldn't have slept through that because that was going off right beside his head.
Joe Dog, you have tried to wake me up before when I've gone to sleep on camera. Don't tell
No.
me what I can and cannot sleep through. Y'all played nuclear explosions and alarms, and the only thing that succeeded in waking me up was a sexy lady's voice.
Yeah. But yeah, they took his while he was laying there asleep. They took his rifle away from him.
Carl, you are so right. I have demonstrated that time and time again. However unattractive my bald spot is, when that's all that's on the camera for 6 hours, don't try it. Don't even try. Just kill the program. Call Joe Dog to come and cut it off. The program, that is.
Well, I got a banner up here for that. I do kill the show, but I run the scroll across the bottom. Damn it, Dan, not again.
I've seen that one several times. No, Carl, the trick is to leave the one wheel on and then build an arm that hangs out over the side that has the wheel on it so that it counterbalances the weight of the wagon so it doesn't need the wheel. You might have to, I don't know how many spare pallets and whatnot you might be able to scrounge to do that, but it can be done. It's just engineering. I've seen it done earlier today with an excavator who was trying to drive along a path that was too narrow for its wheelbase. So it took the excavator arm and hung it off to one side. The other side lifted up. You could tell the wheels weren't moving, but the two wheels that were in contact with the ground were propelling it forward. That was a vehicle that I recommended to Nick that reminded me of Big Stompy Robots design, and I'm going, good Lord, 4 wheels. You can move them individually, outward, downward, upward, and it's got this boom on it with either scrape blade or forklift attachment, and it is advertised as being able to navigate its way up river rapids on its own. It's good. It's good to about 5 feet of water.
I think Joe's probably seen the show off excavator operator that crosses a 8-foot wide ditch with a track hoe.
I think I've seen that video.
Gets it right. Reaches that arm all the way out as far as it can, puts it down, lifts the front up, walks it right to the edge, and sets it down to where it's sitting. And he turns around and then lifts the back end up and backs off it.
Yep.
The ones I like is watching the guys load the Bobcat into the back of that, like a back of a dump truck.
Yeah. Now, the one I was talking about, it's called a spider excavator. It's
Yeah.
basically a normal excavator, but there was one video that showed it climbing 6 feet down into a drained canal, and basically it used the bucket of the excavator to lift up the front end. Then it kind of crawled right to the edge with the back wheels, and then the back wheels extended and tilted down, and the bucket let it rest on the ground. Then they turned the bucket around completely backwards, lifted the back end, and let it crawl entirely past the 6 foot sheer vertical drop, whereupon the back legs extended downward, and the bucket boom let it drop down in. Then they had the bucket boom allowing it to turn in 4 foot deep mud until it was pointed in the right direction. Then they used the bucket lift to basically crawl its way forward. So the tires were moving in thick mud, but the bucket was kind of dragging it along. And then it excavated a path for the boats in the canal breach to be towed out of using hellaciously big tow motors. Uh, and good lord, once they got them started, it went really quickly. They managed to get all well. Last about Sunday or Monday, they got the first boat, the easiest one, out of the way where it was no longer in danger. They got it to float. They checked it. It's not leaking, so it's floating on its own now. Today, they pulled out the other two. Only expected one, but the second one they did after dark. And
Oh, is that
there's
the
all
one
kind of
where the canal broke
yeah
and
yeah.
drained?
The canal had one wall just fucking collapse, and they went down 20 or 30 feet from where they were on the water. One of them, the one that was that dropped in, that was easiest to rescue, because the third one was sitting teetering on the edge, and they just kind of drug it forward and got it where it was on safer, more solid ground. But the two they did today were actually down at the bottom of the hole, and they got the spider excavator in there to dig out the bottom of the canal to make a ramp to get it on up to the actual bottom of what the canal was supposed to be. And then they used the two tow motors, which yeah, they're if they were Tonka toys, they'd be life size. Um, I mean, seriously, those are you couldn't call them cranes. They were dedicated to pulling stuff. Um, and they pull one out, got it safe. Everybody decided, well, that's all that's going to happen today. No, they kept working. After dark, they pulled the second one out that was half buried in mud. That one was the one that they worried about the most because it bore the brunt of all the water going over the bow of the ship, all kinds of water inside. It was buried in mud so deep the the door to the front porch was letting water in. And the front porch on a boat is called a well deck. On that particular style of boat, anyway, they pumped the water out. Uh, Freeing the damn thing caused them to knock all the solar panels off of its roof, but they managed to collect those without them being damaged. The guy had 10 or 12 40-pound bags of coal, which got used to divert water away from it so it didn't sink further into the mud. They pulled that sucker out. Once they got it loose from the mud, I mean, they had to use the excavator to dig out around the bow of it because it went in bow first. So they were pulling it backwards.
Hmm.
They had to take the propeller and the rudder off to make sure it didn't damage that beyond repair. The guy got his coal back. He got his solar panels back. I think tomorrow I will see the Canal Rescue Service is going to have a temporary cofferdam in behind where the boats wound up. Then they're going to undo the temporary cofferdam in front and refloat both boats. And because they can't check the engines for damage, they're going to have to actually grab hold of the tow ropes themselves and pull an 18 and a 20-ton flat bottom boat up past the position of the cofferdam they had to remove. It's basically just a steel framework, pipe framework with tarps to hold the water in. They're going to remove that, refloat the boats, pull them forward, and get them to a place where they can actually get a crane that can lift 20 tons to lift them out of the water, put them on a 18-wheeler, and tow them to some place where there's a dry dock where they can be fully checked out and recertified as safe.
Yeah, no. And all of this is on the damn boat owners' dime.
Well, one of the other boat owners, or two of the other boat owners, created a GoFundMe. And they thought, hey, yeah, we'll get $1,000, $2,000, maybe $3,000. Um, and by dollars, I mean pounds, pounds sterling, British monetary units. They got over 101,000 pounds to distribute between those three boat owners. So about 35 grand a piece to help with the repairs, to help with the crane and the dry dock and everything else. And people all over the world donated to this. I went and looked at the donations page. I was not the only one that gave them a few bucks. It wasn't just people in England that own boats that contributed. It was 100,000 people from all over the world giving whatever they could. And the guys that set up the GoFundMe, they made sure they didn't get a single penny. It all went to the three boats that were the most endangered, the two at the bottom of the breach and the one just about to topple into it if the erosion had gone any further. I mean, it's sitting there with its back end hanging 20 feet in midair, or no, 20 feet from solid ground over a 30-foot hole. And that was, I think it was 16-ton boat because they're made out of solid steel. And then one at the bottom was an 18-ton and the other one was a 20-ton. And the two at the bottom were about 70 feet long and 6.5 feet wide. The one that was kind of about to fall in was, I think it was 55 feet long and 6.5 feet wide. So living on those things is about living in a college dormitory hallway with closets. That's it. That's all you got.
Yeah. Tiny home.
Tiny but long. Yeah, narrow but wide. Or narrow but long. Excuse me. Yeah. I promise I will learn how to speak eventually. It's not like I do it for a living.
Oh, so have any of y'all watched Starfleet Academy yet?
No, but I've heard reviews that were not entirely complimentary.
Yeah.
Well,
I liked it. Episode 1 was a good story building of the rebirth of Starfleet and the Federation. Episode 2 was a total fan hand job.
Okay, fan service.
Full fan service. And a lot of the fan service was to Star Trek Save the Whales is what I call the movie.
Okay, yeah.
Voyage Home or whatever.
Yeah,
Voyage
Home.
Yeah.
I was worried that it would be based on the Kelvin verse or whatever it is they call it.
No, it's not the Kelvin verse. It's
good, because that sucks. I mean, some of the actors were really, really good in their parts, but the script was like, oh my God. 1960s Doctor Who scripts were better.
Yeah, well, Paramount has pretty much said the Kelvin verse didn't happen.
It's an alternate universe.
Yeah.
It's
no,
its
this is like 20 years after Discovery. So not even 20 years, maybe 10 years after Discovery.
That helps me a lot. I'm not a member of the streaming service that played Discovery, so I wasn't able to watch it.
But yeah, and Robert Picardo is back as the Doctor.
Well, yeah. Man's got to pay rent somehow.
And
I'm glad to see they brought him back. And granted, I did like Dr. Julian Bashir on Deep Space Nine, but you know how they were trying to make a new copy of the emergency medical hologram based off of Bashir.
Yeah. Starfleet Academy is what they call Sausalito, and looks a whole lot like Atlantis from Stargate.
Well, the sets are left over.
Yeah. Starfleet Academy historically was supposed to be just north of San Francisco in the old fort. That used to be an old military fort, dates back to the Civil War and stuff.
If you look at, they showed a view on the I guess the south side of Alcatraz, and it was
Yeah.
to the right, on the right side of the Golden
Yeah.
Gate Bridge.
You're in the right area.
Yeah. And it's the 31st century, which
So
means
they're in San Bernardino.
pretty much. See, I'm trying to remember the name of that fort.
And if you think about it,
Fort Cronkite is the one that's out on the coast. I'm trying to remember the other one.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, if you think about it, this is the 31st century. That means the Golden Gate Bridge is 1,000 years old.
Oh, Joe Dog, how many times do you think they had to rebuild it?
Well, it looks the same.
Oh, come
all
on.
right. There's San Francisco. There's your Alcatraz. There's Treasure Island. There's Sausalito.
Where is the Golden Gate Bridge?
Right here.
Okay. Where that little pink dot is, directly up from,
This is where Starfleet is in this area.
yeah, actually on the beach side.
Over here? Yeah.
According to them, that's where the beach is.
You see all these buildings? That's the old military post. I can't remember what darn it, I cannot remember the name of that damn Coast Guard Station, Golden Gate, Presidio. No, Presidio's south of here.
Hmm.
It's in San Francisco. Battery Duncan, Battery Cavallo, Fort Baker. There it is, Fort Baker. Okay, this used to be Fort Baker, and that's where Starfleet is historically.
Yeah. Now, do you know also that was where Kirk and them landed the Klingon?
Yep.
Mhm.
They came under the bridge and crashed.
And landed when they landed.
Well, they didn't land.
No, when they stole the Klingon cruiser to
Right.
get the whales.
Yeah. They didn't land. They crashed.
And I remember Kirk saying, "All right, everybody, remember where we parked."
Oh, no.
Oh, you're talking about when they went back in time and landed in the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, the park was up. Where is it here? That might be it, actually.
Yeah, that's it.
I was thinking it was over here, though, but I might be wrong. Because there's so many. This whole area is one giant park. I mean,
Yeah.
from up here, Golden Gate National Recreation Area. And then you got all the different batteries from the old gun emplacement. They got gun emplacements here that date back to the Civil War. And then one of the ones
Boothby Park.
The what?
Boothby Park.
Named after Ray. Oh Lord, I can't remember the actor's name now. Was in Star Trek. Was in My Favorite Martian.
Yeah.
Walston.
Ray Walston. Thank you. All I needed was the first couple of letters because I was thinking Ray Palmer. No, that's the Atom. No, that's not right.
Yeah, they named the park around the
around the academy. They named it after Boothby.
Yeah.
And here I haven't seen a single episode or know the damn history. So, I'm just going off of logical guesses. I still want Nick to take a look at that spider excavator because it'll give him all kinds of ideas for brand new big stumpy robots.
like
That's
this.
an aside.
Can y'all see that?
What?
Battery unknown. They don't know the name of it.
It's a Duracell. It's still there.
Oh,
Or maybe it's an Everready. We don't know what it's capable of.
now that I'll, Jeff Rawson is now doing YouTube videos. You know, the Rawson Reports guy talking about scams and stuff like that. He went in to Sam's and he also went into Costco. Guess who makes Sam's batteries? Alkaline
Duracell.
batteries.
Duracell.
Everready.
Really?
Yeah.
Duracell makes Costco's batteries.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and he said, now look at this. Look at the Energizer battery. Look at the Sam's battery. Then he goes, look at the Costco batteries. Look at the Duracell batteries. You're going, yeah, I can see that.
We recently stopped buying Duracells and started buying Energizers because the Energizers don't burst as often if you leave them in past their service life.
Yeah.
So you don't have to replace whatever piece of equipment you got them in. You just pull out the dead batteries and there's no acid overflow to try and clean up and then redo wiring and whatever to try and salvage a $2 flashlight because you left the batteries in for 5 years. No.
Well, the Amazon home security cameras tell you they will not warranty them if you do not use Energizer lithium batteries.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even use the Amazon Basics lithium batteries.
No. The Energizer lithium batteries are not only not the kind of thing that you want to well, they don't burst when they just die.
Yeah.
They just kind of sit there and go, well, we're dead, so that's it. We're not going to overflow our casings and ruin the equipment. But the Energizer lithium stand up to extreme weather conditions better than any other brand lithium batteries.
John, I'm gonna pull your video down. You're making us seasick.
Oh, sorry.
Buzzing around. Oh,
Well, at least it's not Berlin for a change.
It could be.
Yeah, I know.
now I used to use the Energizer lithiums when I was doing the ghost hunting team. We're using them in our voice recorders because they wouldn't drain as fast. But when a lithium goes dead, they don't. They're
Yeah, they're full force until they're nothing.
There's some military equipment that has to use those lithium batteries to keep the power steady across their line. But you'll be sitting there looking through the night vision stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, blink. What the hell?
they're dead.
You didn't get a warning. You didn't get a low battery light. You just got blink.
Yeah. Yeah, I use the lithium, the Energizer lithium in the outdoor sensors for my weather stations because they stand up to extremes of temperature much better, and they are moderately longer lasting. and I don't have to worry about, oh, maybe I forgot to change the batteries. I can look at the display and go, oops, that sensor no longer works. I need to go change the batteries. When you don't get any outside readings on anything, you know the outside battery of the sensor is dead. Come on, guys, say something. We're only halfway through the show. I can't talk forever.
Let's see here.
I'm sitting here working on stuff for work that I should have done during the day today, and just after my doctor's appointments, didn't feel like doing. So
True. I've still got
the whole
I
lovely,
think
fasting before blood work.
I think I've still got September through December on the budget spreadsheet to update, and then I've got to go back and redo January and February just in case the Social Security and the pension comes in the first or the second week of those 2 months rather than the way I've got it set now, the third. I've learned since I was started doing March that 12th of the month can happen really early. It just depends on whether or not the first is on Monday. So I'll go back and I'll change those equations. It's not really all that hard. All I have to do is copy paste now. There's a couple of things where, as I said, I needed the nested if. Well, I hesitate to call them equations, but that's what they are, the code. Couple of things I need to do. There's a couple of things that are now superfluous that I'm not working. That's a big problem. I was still adjusting to having retired and then not getting the pension payments or the Social Security until partway through 2025. So some months we're still going on, here's my 401k. No, here's my pension. Because the 401k got cashed in and transferred to a high interest savings account. So, sorry, former employers, multinational, multi-billion-dollar corporation, you can no longer declare bankruptcy and steal my retirement funds because you no longer have access to those retirement funds. And I can say that with all due safety because I'm just this guy and no one pays any attention to me. They still send me invitations for a once a month Sunday morning retiree breakfast, and I keep requiring, you expect me to get out of bed before noon to come and eat breakfast with y'all? You didn't like me when I was there at work. You're not going to like me now. The brakes are off. Oh.
My phone was making noises. I got to clear stuff out.
My phone makes noises all the time. It's mostly Dawn's support group for Ted. That is the most active group that I am in. And I don't begrudge you to get a bit, but you know, it's very active. And my phone keeps going off. My phone keeps going off. My phone keeps going off. And I read it later, and yes, those are very nice, very reassuring, very supportive messages. But
Guys, is it me or is Dan's hair and beard turning green?
Yes.
well, I ate some pickles last night and some olives uh, and a whole lot of white cheese. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is, but your hair and your beard have got a green tint to them.
See,
uh, it it might be that the light's not angled correctly right now because uh, with the StreamYard green screen instead of the actual green screen, uh, colors get a little wonky.
Yeah.
well,
I mean,
with the way I have my monitor set up right now, everybody is so small that Dan's actually being censored by the how long we've been live.
well, I'm used to being censored by something.
We're at 48 minutes right now, Joe.
Yep. Oh, I can see that. I just can't see Dan.
Oh,
Lucky bastard.
well, here, let me make it better for you.
Yeah, you'd never guess my sweatshirt was blue, would you? Uh,
This is what I'm seeing right now. A little bitty part over here on the right side. That's StreamYard.
Okay. Well, you may not want to leave your spreadsheet up there.
Oh, that's just pay items from MnDOT. That's all public knowledge anyway.
Well, Joe, I did talk you up at we went to this like convention thing last Saturday, and there were a lot of artists and stuff, and they actually wrote your information down.
Awesome.
And I said, I think somewhere on there it asked how you found out. I said, just put Halicon. So let me know how many you get. I'll take a cut of that money.
really, the check is in the mail, Joe Dog. Just like the the income tax form I got today for everything I made from the company in 2025. So now I've got to hand my CPA an income tax form claiming $4.23 income for the year after I retired. Now, what that was my share of a bonus check, taking into account the 2 days I worked in 2024 and the 5 weeks vacation I took in 2024 in between those 2 days before I retired. And I'm going, you're going to take up U.S. government time with paperwork for $4.23.
Well, yeah, because Uncle Sam's going to want his $3.74 out of that.
They already collected it. It's on the form. It's proof that I paid taxes on that. That the 423 was what I had left after state and federal taxes. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just found out today they're not going to mail my 1099 for my pension until I'm supposed to receive it on January 31st, which is a Saturday.
Yeah.
They're going to time it to where it lands on the last day of the month.
Yeah. You'd be lucky if it shows up before Valentine's Day, but yeah.
No, they have to have it in my hand by February 1st. That's federal law.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't, I tell you, the way where I used to work at the city, I would not be surprised if it would be hand delivered at 11:50 p.m. on Saturday.
yeah.
We need you to sign, date, and the time.
Yeah. February 1st, 2027. And once you sign it, that's an official document. You may have been lying, but it's an official document. Oh yeah, Carl, you're exactly right. 90% of my tax info has not come in. Some of it I have to go and collect myself. Oh, I've got a question. Do any of you use the Chrome web browser mostly?
I do.
I've been
I try
having
not to.
lots of problems with it here lately. I'll click on a page and it is stuck in download limbo before it ever opens. I mean, it could take 6 hours before you can open a tab and look at what it is. Mostly my banking info.
Okay, so let me ask this, Dan, because I've heard you say how many tabs you have open at once. Is this a fresh you have no tabs open, or you've got 50 tabs of the various shows that are going to be coming up over the next few days?
I will open it up a brand new after rebooting the computer.
Okay.
No tabs open except click on the bank. I get to hit the login button and then I sit there for ever.
Okay.
That's Windows.
That's Win 11. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, when you power off, it dumps everything. So when you power back on and you open up, it has to reload all the cookies for that page. And later on you won't have that trouble. But it's just that first initial hit to that page that you have the lag and log in opening.
Well, no, when I have done a reboot or a shutdown and wait a while and turn it back on, like shut the computer completely down, go shopping for 2 or 3 hours, come back, reboot the computer from nothing, and then pull it up, click the link, and get the login page, and then hit the login button after confirming my username and password. It just sits there, and the little spiral just keeps going round and round and round. Will it go round in circles? And it could take half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour before it finally gives me the actual accounts page. And the bank says, because I went to the bank today and deposited a check, the bank says there's nothing wrong with our website, everything's working. I'm going, yeah, well, probably Windows 11 punishing me for not using that. What did they call the newest version of um,
Microsoft Edge.
Windows Explorer? Yeah, Edge. Yeah.
Crap.
Well, yeah,
Which
it's
Edge
been
is-
crap since Windows was invented, but the only
Well, Edge
the only excuse to use a Microsoft browser is to download a browser that actually works.
You know why they call it Windows? 'Cause that's where you should throw it. Out the window.
Well,
I
the
don't
other
have
thing
enough
is, Edge
stories
is
to the house.
Chromium-based.
I'm right on the ground. I could defenestrate Bill Gates, but he'd bounce and get back up and walk away. And for those few that don't
I
know
gotta
what
go down the hall.
Okay. For those few that don't know what defenestrate means, it means to forcibly
Toss
throw
someone out a window.
somebody out of a window.
Preferably a high up window.
Get to the chopper. Bye. Carl, I've got to go and download my tax info from Bandcamp, from my separate savings accounts, from my pension account. They're not going to send that to me for internet safety. I have to go and prove I'm me, and then they'll let me download it. And then I can take it to my CPA and go, yeah, sorry, I've got to claim $47 in royalties for the past year. Their sales for my books and whatnot. Well, Bandcamp's going to be more than that because Joe Bachman spent more than $50 on my shit. So, of course,
Well, you got a
Bandcamp.
little bit that came in through PayPal also.
Yes, indeed. And
Yeah,
PayPal
that
keeps.
was only 1 month. I think that was only December, but
Hey, $10 is $10. I mean, the check I took to the bank today was from the Electric Membership Corporation, and that was a quarterly dividend, and it was $10.43. And I'm going, well, got 180 days. There's no rush to put this in because it ain't going to make a whole lot of difference to my bank account, but still, that's 2 6-packs of beer. When you look at everything with the right sort of perspective, it may be through a lens darkly, but things make a whole lot more sense. Oh yeah, Carl, you're exactly right. Especially if you file jointly as a married couple or singularly but married, which is a weird thing, but there are advantages to both brackets. Yeah.
so here,
Need Donna to log into her Social Security and download her Social Security info too. Yeah.
My Donna just handed me something to hang up as I came down the hallway. We've started going to the gym to, build up. I've been working on my legs, build up strength, because I'm using the cane so much. Well, what she handed me was my new workout clothes. Had to buy new workout clothes For some reason, they won't let you exercise in blue jeans.
Well, they're kind of restrictive.
Yeah, well, I got the odor control pants. I'm
Oh
now
yeah, like that's gonna work.
like,
Boy, here's a product testing going on. I'll tell you.
yeah, yeah. Trust me, it does control odor. Because
Now his feet stink.
Wednesday, while I was working out, let's just say I was talking out my ass a whole lot. And it was, you know.
Wait a minute. Point of order. When are you not?
Well, this was exceptional. So, I thought nothing of it. We got home. First thing I do is I come out of them because I don't like them. I now know how the damn odor control works. It don't let no odor out.
Until you take them off.
Yeah. Once I pulled them pants out and the air come loose, I thought I shit my damn pants.
I thought I saw what
you
looked like a
smelled
mushroom
6
cloud in my
weeks.
mouth.
You smelled 6 weeks of Taco Bell, didn't you?
Damn.
So here's one for you, Joe Dog.
Yeah.
The structure I'm getting ready to do a cost estimate for. Structure condition. Buried under deer carcass and rock.
You're going to need a really good bulldozer driver to excavate that shit.
What happened? I need more context. I want to know how.
Hold on. Let me so
I need
You don't live near no mountains for rocks to fall on top of a structure.
there you go. So you can see what was left of the deer.
Yeah.
Well, splatters, yes.
And somewhere he found a hole. I don't know where at, but he found a hole to be able to identify the structure that was underneath here.
Please tell me that's not a major highway.
Yeah, that's the toll road.
Oh, God.
Which tells me the deer probably got nailed by a semi, which is why it's that far off the
side of the road.
And a little bit fragmented, too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a reason those truck drivers have cow pushers on the front end of them.
I am beginning to wonder whether I need one on my truck. Of course, I am driving very, very conservatively because it's a brand new truck. Well, I mean, new to me.
My dad went crazy. He went and bought a 2026 Nissan Frontier pickup truck. He is 90.
Yeah. That truck should last him the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And Joe Dog's life as well.
But here's the thing. I go, dear God, Daddy, why didn't you call one of us? He goes, I had the money to pay for it.
There goes your inheritance, Joe Dog.
I'm just going, if I could find that salesman.
If I had a rocket launcher.
Now here's a question for you. Has it got all the bells, whistles, electronic gizmos, internet?
No.
Just a basic. Yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff, but it doesn't have a tow package. So I had to buy the tow package for him on Amazon. Which means
you've got to install a tow package on his truck.
Oh,
Uh,
I still do not have a tow ball for my truck.
what size you need?
well, I like your
Oh,
argument.
that's why I don't have one. But
Um,
I've got the adapter. You know what do they
He's
call
got the receiver. He just
you
needs
got
a hit.
okay. I
I have no trailers, so I really don't need one. But
I have the only trailer I've got.
Damn good
Rick-
question, Carl. Damn good question. I'll let you know when I find out.
I know a lot of older folks will get that if they've got a mobility scooter.
Yeah.
We'll get that gizmo that holds the mobility scooter with the little ramp on the side so that you can drive your scooters in and out.
Yeah, but that just replaces the hitch bar, not
Yes,
the
but he
ball.
doesn't have one on this truck because he doesn't have any towing stuff. Right. He doesn't
Yeah.
have the So you'd have to install the tow package before he could put one of those on.
Yeah.
Does he use a mobility scooter? I can't remember.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Well,
When he can afford dragster fuel, right?
Yeah. Well, you saw my mobility scooter.
Hmm?
You saw my mobility scooter.
No.
That little cafe Vespa looking electric scooter.
Did you ever get those running? Because that one had a problem.
It from what I understand, it's something to do with the throttle cable.
Ooh, that's delicate. If it's not,
No. You
if
don't
it's
understand.
not done correctly,
It's an electric
just
scooter.
using the throttle can cut it into pieces.
Yeah.
There's got to be some. I don't know whether to call it ductwork or uh, guards for where the cable pass through is, or eyes, or whatever the technical term
Yeah.
is. But I ran into that with that Tri-Magnum that I had. The clutch cable kept cutting itself in half
Well,
because
this is
it was not
this,
protected. It kept running through an unguarded pass through.
yeah. Well, this is an electric, and then it's just got the throttle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I ended up using Donna's little cafe scooter. And only time I would really use it's when I was go down to the lodge to need to use the bathroom. And I'd Superman on it going down to the.
That is not an image I wanted into my head, Joe Dog.
Me laying on a scooter, my legs sticking straight out, just as fast as that damn thing would go.
Yeah, 3 entire miles an hour.
No, that thing would runs about 15 or 20.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not unpowered. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
But yeah, they all learned that when they saw me come out and lay in that Superman mode, they would literally clear the road.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. They would literally clear the road and clear the steps and clear the door to the bathroom.
Yeah, because they figured the exhaust gases were going to be lethal on this electric scooter. John, the reason why I was asking is the trailer I have got requires a 3-inch trailer ball. On my truck is a 2.5. If you want a 2.5-inch ball, once I swap them out for the 3-inch one that I've got, you're welcome to it because I've got no use for it whatsoever.
Well,
You
that's
don't
just
have a
it.
trailer, so
Yeah, exactly.
3-inch. Good Lord, what are you pulling?
Whatever he wants.
Yeah. That's farm tractor.
Yeah.
Exactly. 300 horsepower engine, whatever the I want, you know.
They there's this truck that the military has. Freightliner makes it. 916 Freightliner. It's just a kind of a regular, tractor for tractor trailers. But it's military. They've got all of the lights and the blackout drives and stuff like that. But it has a 40-ton winch station behind the cab. Well, the original one, they're up to A3 now, I think. A3 or A5, I can't remember which. But it had the Cobra neck flatbed trailer. It had 3 wheels on the back end of the trailer. It was a flatbed trailer. And the Cobra neck, you had these 2 pins in it. So you would run this cable from the winch, you would let it out, attach it to the trailer, lift it up, unhook it, and it would slide back off the truck and flatten out. Then you unhook the cable, pull the truck away, and it was its own ramp, but you had to load it from the front.
No,
I know what you're talking about. Heavy equipment trailer.
Well, it was for the Bradley fighting vehicle. It was designed to carry a 40-ton armored vehicle. So, boy, and those are fun to drive up and down Mont Eagle Mountain with. Let me tell you, because the truck.
Hey, going up the mountain ain't no problem. Just hope nobody's on the way coming down.
The truck and trailer is 14 tons. Then you put that 40-ton Bradley on the back. And
I was very ashamed of finding out that when this canal breach happened in England, people are going, well, why don't you just get a Chinook helicopter and lift them out? They go, well, these things are 18 and 20 tons apiece, and the Chinook helicopter is only rated for 10 tons.
14.
I'm going, that can't be right. They carry tanks.
Depends on which Chinook, but the latest model can lift 14. That's
still not going to lift a 20-ton boat.
But that's actually why they got rid of the Sky Cranes.
Because they couldn't lift enough?
The Sky Crane could lift 14 tons. So why have 2 different helicopters doing the same damn job?
Well, the only help I could come up with from a redneck engineering thing is to be a frame in between 2 of them, where the rotors wouldn't be anywhere near close enough to interact, and collectively be able to lift more than what the boat weighed.
Holoconics too.
Yeah, they actually had capsules that went in the back. They had one that had a surgical theater in it. So they had people who got hurt, needed surgery, and you didn't want to move them. Take the surgery theater there.
That's a good idea.
Let's see. The main reason they went with the Chinook over the Sky Crane is the Chinook can carry troops too. So a lot of troops. Yeah. And it can land in water. Sort of.
Everything can land in water. Whether or not it's usable afterwards is the question.
It's like that joke about, every ship is a submarine, at least once.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's more airplanes at the bottom of the ocean than there are submarines in the sky.
Obviously. And that's why a lot of, shall we say, enemy combatants in the past World War or so are now classified as coral reefs. They weren't very good at being enemy combatants, actually.
Well, what was it? They found the Yorktown just recently?
I think so, yeah.
I didn't know anybody lost it. Which generation Yorktown?
World War II.
The original. Yeah.
And very well preserved.
Well,
Great
enlighten me, because I don't know how it was lost.
It was sunk.
Well, yeah, I get that, but in what
Torpedoes.
engagement?
Torpedoes.
Where? Which battle?
Pacifics.
Well, yeah, I gathered that.
It's in 1,400 feet of water.
Well, that explains how it's well preserved.
Yeah, the original Yorktown was CV-5. It was the 5th aircraft carrier. Let's see here. It was crippled by aircraft from the Japanese aircraft carrier Hiryu, and was later finished off by the submarine I-168 at the Battle of Midway. It was the one. It was the one aircraft carrier we lost at Midway.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. I have watched several things on the Battle of Midway, and some of the details did not transfer into my long-term memory.
Interestingly enough,
John, have you seen the Iranian propaganda video to where they sunk an American aircraft carrier?
Sort of. Yeah.
Or claimed to have sunk an American aircraft?
That's.
I'm going to have to look that up because I don't believe a word of it.
There's several of them, but yeah. See, there you go.
It looked like the boat went right on up into there.
It is exactly what you saw. Yes. It's kind of interesting. They can land on the water like that and actually fill about half the back end with water. And I actually
jump it out as they take off.
Exactly. What they'll do is you'll have the boat in the back ready to go. You'll get the crew in it. They'll have one leg in, one leg out of the raft. They land, the water comes in, the raft lifts up. You start pushing it toward the door. And once you get it close enough, the crew chief yells and they take the helicopter off. Now, they don't show it here because they're picking up. But when they take off to dump you out, they bring the nose up and ramp you out the back with the water. And that's fun until you hit the rotor wash, because that's some hellacious rotor wash coming off that damn thing.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. But
those are not tiny rotors.
And you're on an inflatable raft.
And Dan, if you don't notice, they're turning opposite directions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's to prevent spin from the not Corollas forces. What is it? The
counter rotation.
Yeah. You have to do that if you got something with two different propellers. It's got to counter rotate, or the helicopter itself is just going to spin.
Yeah, but if you look, the blades are actually going between each other in opposite directions.
Yes.
That is well timed.
It better be. Otherwise, it's not going to be airborne for very long. Now, that's trust right there. Hopping out of the back of a helicopter into open water.
Well, they push the boat out first.
Yeah, and then you got to swim to the boat and figure out how to get into it without capsizing the boat.
Oh, that's your problem. Their job's just
that's training.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Why they do it?
And welcome back to the Fluctus.
Let me see here.
I still think they're cute.
Well, over in Afghanistan, they were landing on the top of those adobe buildings, basically, the back wheels, and everybody was running on, and then he takes off.
Well, they don't actually land on it. They just kind of put the wheels and the ramp on it. So they're not
really,
actually.
they drop
they
the
can't go all the way.
tailgate and kind of hover.
And did you know this? There's the famous video of them doing that and extracting the wounded guy.
Yeah.
That pilot was from Tennessee. He was Tennessee Army National Guard. That was.
Well, duh. We get bored easily in Tennessee.
And he also
got to learn new skills.
If I'm not mistaken, he flies a medevac helicopter at Vanderbilt.
Whoa. There's some flex in them blades.
Yeah.
Well, if you look when it's flying, the blades are warped up like,
Well, yeah. That's because they have to have so much flex. But if the timing gears are not in sync, it's going to be a very short flight.
There they are dropping the RD guys in, which is fun to watch because the unit that relieved us in Iraq was from the 101st. They were an artillery unit, and their Chinooks brought in their artillery pieces.
What was that? A Harrier jet? He was flying out.
Looked some sort of. I think it was a Harrier, but Harrier or one of them old Alpha jets.
It was just something they had to pick up and drop off somewhere else.
Oh, John, have you seen the videos where they retired a bunch of Humvees via C-130s?
Darn it, I cannot find.
What do you mean retired a bunch of Harry from C-130s? They just pushed them out the back?
Pretty much.
They were supposed to be doing an extraction where you yank it out and on parachute and it lands by parachute in theory.
In theory.
And apparently, the reason they did this is they got a little upset because nobody would give them brand new Humvees. They had to drive around these old 1993 pieces, 1985, whatever it was. So they couldn't get new Humvees. They just kept having to fix the old ones. So apparently, they had an accident during a rigging training exercise.
I can hear the air quotes around the word accident.
I'm not going to say that because
Yeah.
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
Now, long story short, it was also a demonstration in front of the Secretary of Defense.
And I think they actually did it that way just to let the Secretary of Defense know they needed new Humvees.
Well, certainly after they let them free fall for quite a ways.
What, 3,000 feet?
Um,
Because it took forever for them to hit the ground.
Yeah, not even on a Humvee are the shocks that good.
I think when you're dropping cargo, it has to be 5,000 feet up. But you can drop troops from lower because they don't weigh as much. They don't weigh as much, so the parachute has more time to fully deploy and keep them from hitting.
I'm familiar about pushing stuff out on what's basically a sled rigged with parachutes.
Yeah.
But
they were showing videos of
streamers. Yes.
They were showing videos of where they landed, and these Humvees would land flat on their pallets. Their pallets would hit the ground first, and the Humvees would just go through the pallets.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah.
Now,
Steel pallets.
I hate to say this, but Chris is right. It's almost the end of the show.
Yeah. I don't feel like looking for it.
Me neither. Don ain't here, so you know.
Yeah.
It's
But
just
yeah.
not as much fun. It's just not as much fun if Don's not here.
Yeah,
Damn it, Joe. Who gave you ops?
Nobody. I got them on my own. No, I'm kidding.
Nobody gave them to him. He found them. They were just laying there.
Found them laying on the side of the toll road next to the deer carcass in the buried structure.
Joe Dog, what part of programmer do you not understand?
Oh. But yeah.
Oh, just for the record, I may not be on the show Saturday. I may be doing family stuff. So
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be done yet or not. So
With the snow we got up here yesterday and how badly Porter and LaPorte County got hammered, I may be, joining in from the car again until my internet decides that I can't.
Well, we're supposed to get a light
Cold.
dusting of snow over the weekend. And knowing where I live, that means that power cables are going to collapse. So if I'm
There
not
may not
here,
be a show Saturday night.
yeah, if I'm not here, it means I'm running the house off of solar batteries with no sunlight.
Yeah. All right. Let's say good night, everybody.
good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank
night,
you all for
folks.
being here. We'll see you
We'll see you
soon
next
as we
time.
can.
Yeah. Good night.
Oh, I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.